Hello everyone, I hope you are fine. Nice to meet you again. Our today's topic is about education. We can say more about education, but I want to introduce you some vocabulary you use in your future speech. The first word, primary education. This is the first stage of formal education. Secondary education, the stage of education following primary education. Compulsory education, required by law or a rule. Vocational education, educational training that provides practical experience. Higher education, education at universities or similar educational establishments special to degree level. As you know that education is important not only for you but also all over the world. And I want to introduce you some big and famous word of the famous persons in the world. They say many interesting things about education. Education is the key to unlock the golden door of freedom. George Washington. Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela. Of course, they are big words, but I think not also powerful weapon, but also power, strength, and way to success. Education a passage to progress, and also education transferred generation to generation, and your skills, your habits also transferred with them. Education more important for every one of us. The more you are educated, the more obstacles you can pass. Now, I want to introduce you some types of education. Formal education, informal education, and non-formal education. When we speak about formal education, this means that it's a classroom-based education, and otherwise said, you go to school or to university or to the college and get information from your teachers and from educational materials. Informal education imagines that your parents or someone teach you how to cook a meal or how to ride a bike, and you can also get information from books or from a labor or from a educational research. And non-formal education. Non-formal education is also important for you, and non-formal education includes adults' basic education and adults' literacy. In non-formal education, someone who is not in school can learn skills, abilities. There are some advantages and disadvantages of non-formal education. This is a very long process, learning from experience, learning from home, and learning from environment, learning from work. Now I would like to speak about education system in Azerbaijan. Education system in Azerbaijan divided into several parts. The first form, preschool, general secondary education, vocational education, secondary specialized education, and higher education. Now I would like to speak about distance education. As you know, because of coronavirus or pandemic, we should to have our lesson from distance. What's distance? Keep distance from learner and teacher. There are many advantages and disadvantages of distance learning, and I want to show you some of them. Distance learning advantages and disadvantages. There are many advantages and disadvantages of distance learning. First, advantages: lots of flexibility, no commuting, numerous choices for schools and courses, low costs, learn while working. Disadvantages: lack of social interaction, format isn't ideal for all learners, some employers don't accept online degrees, requires adaptability to new technologies. Now, my dear students, I want to introduce you. Today's grammar is about present simple. What's present simple? Present simple is a thing which we speak about now, and the action happens all the time and repeatedly. It's not important that the action is happening at the time of speaking. I want to introduce you the uses of present simple. When we use present simple, or when we speak about our habits, daily problems or daily routines. Uses habits and routines. For example, I never go to the beach. General truth, vegetarians don't eat meat. Future timetables, the train leaves at 5 p.m. Form, how we can form the present simple. The affirmative form, I drink tea, he works at home. The negative form, we should use the auxiliary verbs do and does when we make the negative form of present simple. For example, I don't drink tea, he doesn't work at home. The interrogative form, we also use do or does. Do you drink tea? Does he work at home? The adverbs, otherwise in some books we called it keywords. Frequency adverbs, always, usually, often, sometimes, hardly ever and never. We use these adverbs when we use the present simple. Let's see the task about present simple. This is a word order. Complete the sentences with the correct form of present simple. This is a word order and this is a mixed word order. The first, I usually get up at about 7. The second form, what time do your work start? The third, it's interrogative sentence also, and we should use do. Do you go bed at 10 o'clock? In the fourth, no, I don't usually watch DVD in the evenings. And fifth, my brother always gets up very early and he swims for 2 hours before breakfast. This is our classroom exercise, and at home you will do exercise number 2 and 3 at page 20 in your books. Okay, goodbye my students, thank you for watching.